Hey, good morning, everyone. We're going to be touching on a piece of history this morning. We're going to be talking about a product that used to be one of the de facto small business uh, mainstreams, and that was Small Business Server, Microsoft Small Business Server. Many of you who own small businesses used it. It was what you used as a business to manage your business. You bought a server, you put this on your server. You had an IT company sometimes manage it for you. You had someone in house, but it included a way for you to manage your security for your company and your logins and your access. It included a little intranet. It included Microsoft Exchange for collaboration and shared calendars and email hosting and a lot of other things. It included the ability to share files and have that hosted centrally on a server. And these are things that a small business server it's a relic. It went through several things. And I think it was around 2011, they changed it to something called Microsoft Essentials, and it got stripped down quite a bit as they transitioned into Microsoft 365. That's Office 365. Those are the things that it kind of went into the subscription form where it's now online, and they're moving away from you buying a product that you would manage yourself into something that was completely self-managed and hosted online in the cloud. And this was their transition to cloud services. Now, that may not mean a whole lot to many of you, but let me tell you the advantages of what it does do for you and what nobody really talks about. Office 365 and Microsoft 365 they are two different things. Microsoft 365 has more to do with virtual machines. It has more to do with having desktops in the cloud. But Office 365, especially the premium version, the version we're going to talk about today, is actually become the new small business server. It includes everything you need to get rid of, to ditch the server in your office. If you are just running QuickBooks, if you are just doing file sharing in your office, and that's all you're doing is just to have this common place to store stuff and keep stuff that's important to the company, then you are wasting a lot of money. And I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about how Office 365 can really help you guys. I'm going to try and do this very quickly and keep it under 20 minutes for you guys today. So you see a lot of people talking about this, but I'm going to really break into it for a minute. Here's the thing. You no longer need a physical server in your office. Stop contributing to the hardware business. It is not needed. You do not need to have one, nor do you need to pay people like us to maintain it. It's just absolutely silly, and it's not like I want to take money out of my own pocket. But the fact is, if you're not using that server for any kind of proprietary, software, like let's say you're a dentist and you have some dental stuff running on that, then that would be the problem. But yeah, you don't have any of that stuff to worry about. So all you need to do is take advantage of the services that are already being provided to you in the product you're already paying for. 90% of the people out there who buy Office 365 are doing it to get the Office applications, which means you are paying for this version right over here. And I'm going to bring up a real quick grid. These are the different products. This is what they cost. There's no reason to ever buy this through somebody. Just buy it directly from Microsoft. You don't need to waste the money and get yourself locked into a vendor. Just buy it for yourself, keep control of it for yourself, and do it this way. Now you can see here at the bottom, it kind of talks about the different versions that you can get, what it includes. They have one just for the apps, and then they have one for the basics, which means you get some stuff online. The standard, which gets you some email and things like that. But if you really want to have the best of both worlds, you really want to have everything and get rid of your hardware, this is what most people are buying. They're buying this Office premium version. Okay, it's $22 per user per month. Okay, and it's a little more if you're buying it by the month. That's an annual subscription. Auto renew, that's what you pay per month. So you don't have to pay the whole year. You just have to commit to an annual subscription and you get this price. Not like a lot of people, a lot of models actually make you pay for the whole year up front. So you're getting all the Office apps. You're getting Teams, okay, which is going to get you the collaboration, video, things like that. You're getting SharePoint, which is going to host a lot of your do a lot of the file sharing, hosting things we're talking about. But the other thing you're getting is you're getting this right here. This piece right here, this Azure, is huge because this gives us a place to manage the security and manage your workstations in the cloud. This is basically the new small business server in the cloud. So what you get for this, and what most people don't realize, is you get quite a lot. So every user on this, for this amount of money, gets a terabyte of cloud space for themselves. In other words, that's personal files that you can have backed up and synced to your various devices. Okay, a terabyte worth. All right, that's your documents, your pictures, things like that. 50 gigs for your mailbox. That is just your email, by the way. 50 gigs email. Okay. Then you get another terabyte of what's called shared storage versus SharePoint. SharePoint manages OneDrive now. OneDrive, everybody knows the word OneDrive. It's kind of like Dropbox or OwnCloud, some of those things. But OneDrive is much, much, much more powerful because now SharePoint can manage OneDrive and gives you full document management with your shared drive. What I mean by that is when we set up instead of having a physical server now, we actually set that up in the Microsoft Cloud where SharePoint manages it. We set up who can access it. It can do file versioning automatically where you can revert back to a previous version. These are features that are usually part of full document management systems that people pay thousands of dollars for. This is built into the product now. It works on Macs. It works on Windows. It even works on Linux. It's a little trickier on that platform, but it does work. But here's the beautiful part of it. So you get a terabyte of this shared space, which most people in their businesses don't use more than a terabyte for local storage. And if you need more, the storage is cheap. All right. It is simply cheap to buy. So if you need another terabyte, 2, 3, 4, it's not a big deal to buy that and add it on. So besides that shared storage, each user gets that 1 terabyte of shared space. They get 50 gigs for their mailbox. They get 5 Microsoft Office application licenses. They get 3 for computers and desktops, laptops, and they get 2 for mobile devices. Now, that means that I can put it on my machine that I use at home, that I use for work sometimes. I can put it on my laptop, and I can put it on my work machine. And I can put it on my phone and my tablet. And that's included in this cost. Okay, those things were never included as part of Small Business Server. You used to have to pay for the Office apps completely separately, and that was another cost. Then you had to pay for cows to access the server. You had all these costs. This is the best deal in business right now. Not to mention your email is on a commercial email platform with email protection, spam protection. You're getting an antivirus platform that's not bad. I'm going to tell you right now, and those of you who know me, work with me, I specialize in cybersecurity for businesses and small businesses. The typical antivirus stuff does not do the job, and we cover that in other things. So, but it is better than not having anything, and it doesn't cost you anything additional to have it, and it isn't going to the aftermarket stuff like Kaspersky and AVG and all those other things don't protect you any better against most of the threats that are out there. Now, you really have to go with a next-gen AI-powered cybersecurity managed solution to really get adequate protection. Most 94% of the antivirus systems are just simply bypassed and deactivated. So, it's not a solution anymore. We'll cover that, and we cover that in many other videos that we do. But what we're talking about here is the ability for you to lose your server. Most servers cost an average of $2,500 to $7,500, depending on the redundancy you put in them, how much storage, how much RAM, and you have to replace it every 3 to 5 years. So there's no need to be in the hardware business anymore. This is something that if you really want to save some money, we can help you by helping you migrate your stuff off your server, get it into the cloud where it's going to be replicated, it's going to be safe. There are online backup platforms that are very inexpensive for this, but now you don't have to pay any, not only you have to buy the hardware and all the licenses, now you can simply, and pay us to maintain it and to back it up. Now you simply can just put this in. It's already included in what you have. And like I said, most people already have this and just have no clue that it's there or how to use it. We can show you how to use Teams to manage departments. If you're an attorney, we can show you Teams. We can show you how to use Teams to manage cases, to work with people that are doing outside contractors for depositions and things like that, and keep all your stuff HIPAA compliant and keep it within the framework of the people who are working on the cases. There's all sorts of things that apply to different verticals in business. But the fact is that it is a fantastic tool, and it has built into it e-discovery platform. So if something ever happens and you get sued, for God's sake, you have the ability to. You have built-in document retention policies that unless you're an IT expert like myself, you wouldn't even know to put in place. Those are things that are built into the product by default and help you do your job better without and legally, and retain your documents. Like, a lot of people don't realize that you are obligated to hold on to your documents, your email, for 7 years, just like your taxes. And even when you delete something, you have to keep a copy of it. You can program those things to be done inside of small business. Microsoft Office 365 and Microsoft Business 365 can all be done that same way. So take advantage of these things. These things are already in the products that you're using. So it's kind of like Word. In Excel, most people use this much of what's in the product. It has so much more capability. So help us utilize the full potential of Microsoft and Office 365. You're already paying for it. Let's use it to reduce your costs. That's what we specialize in here at AIO. We specialize in business automation, procedures, tasks, things to get rid of the busy work, and we can show you how to get rid of that server expense for good. If you want to know more, please click in the body of the video. We'll have an information there where you can link in and tell us a little bit about yourself, and set a time to do a brief free consult and tell us about your business. Tell us about what you're doing, and let's see if we can save you some money. Have a great Monday, guys.